All right, welcome to SC Custom Designs. This is the final video. It never ceases to amaze me when I press play. The cat comes. I love it. This is the final episode of making the bandsaw box. If this is the first time that you are seeing this video, know that I've linked them all together, and from scrap wood you're kicking around in your basement. In this case it was a table, and I cut the table. I found a table on the side of the road. I cut the table into 2 stacks of wood. These are the corner pieces that were part of the table, and so follow the series. This is the last part where we're going to finish the unit. I've used 2 cans of this Minwax clear lacquer. The beauty of the lacquer, make sure you see what I'm saying here, is that it dries in 15 minutes. So you can get, you can get a lot of coats using this lacquer. All right, so that's that. Some of the tools of the trade, I used a variety of different sponges. I'm paranoid because I want to make sure you can see what I'm saying. A variety of different sponges, sanders to get me home to where we are here. One of these drawers has the rest. I took off of here, and it helps me to get in between here. This little guy here sufficed, and then we have this here was very interesting. This is 320 grit on some kind of urethane backing, I don't know what. And so, and this grit here is 220. Okay, so lots of sanding. And in the last video I said that if you are charging, let's say, $100 for this unit, you're going to want to double that for finishing, because there is a lot of work that goes into finishing. You all who finish things know what I'm talking about. So just think about that in your price. Another thing you want to think about when you're making crafts, things that you want to sell at your shows, you want to make sure that it's worth the time. You're not going to want to make 10 of these and then try to sell the 10, because you're just not going to get unless you have the right audience, which I haven't found yet. Okay, so the finish line here for me is to take a cloth and go ahead and wipe down all the particles and the dust and so on and so forth from the units. So I have a sense of urgency when it comes to working with the final stage here. If you haven't done any finished work like this, you'll know that it's kind of stressful, at least for me anyways. So there you go. You just want to make sure you get all that off of there. I also took my shirt off and I shook it to try to get the any dust. Now, tack cloth is a great tool to use for this stage as well. I don't have any tack cloth on me at the moment, so I can't use it. But that's also a good tip for you. Mind you, I'm going to get the results that I'm looking for with this, so no worries. All right. So there we go. There's some of the wiping inside as well. I'm just going to flip my rag around shortly. Okay. It's amazing how ugly it looks during this stage. You wonder will it ever look beautiful. Okay. Yesterday I learned that the sun moves very quickly. And I had to move my camera several times. That was interesting. Try to get down low here. Okay. So, time to talk about some of the process to making this. I've been working on it all week. And again, with the sanding, you know, seems like you spend your whole life sanding. At this stage, at the previous stage, before there's any finish on, sanding and shaping. So if you don't have patience for that, which I will argue that I don't have patience for such things, don't do it. So there you go. I'm gonna wipe this quickly and flip my rag and then go once more. All right, so tomorrow is our craft show. That's the second one of 2019. I continue to pray that the weather forecast is incorrect. It's 50% chance of rain. Mind you, that rain's supposed to come later in the day. And those are the chances you take when you do craft shows outside. This place does have inside space, but only for tables. You know, we can't fit our stuff on a table. We're not selling little knickknacks between my wife and I. So, all right. So that's round one. Take the rag, turn it the other way. Gotta get it a little bit wet again, and I'm gonna go over it one more time. What you don't want is any foreign. Look how beautiful it is when it's wet. Isn't that amazing, my friends? Absolutely gorgeous. That's what I want it to look like when I'm done. Absolutely gorgeous. Not really sure how much I'm going to sell this for. I got to do the math. So much that goes into this. As far as materials go, the materials were free because I found the unit. I found that the stock on the side of the road. That was free, thank God. But then there's lots of materials. You know, the wear and tear in your tools. That sort of thing. Of course, I'm not going to get my time out of this per hour. My general labor skill, it all depends on what you're making, right? I'd argue that this is $25 an hour. Bandsaw boxes are something that's a lot of fun if you haven't thought about doing it. I'd say start with easier, like 4x4s. So I started learning how to make bandsaw boxes with 4x4s, and I probably broke half of the ones I was working on when I was starting out. That's okay. That's how you learn. Alright, we are near the finish line for cleaning up. I'm probably going to do a part 2 for this. I want to make sure that the camera doesn't do something weird, like just pausing on me and stopping. Alright, so stay tuned for the next part.